Welcome everyone back to World Series News. Today is Tuesday, October 5, and boy, what a weekend it's been, and what a week this is already starting out to be. For those of you that are just learning about this, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger were all down overnight in an unprecedented, what seems to be some sort of attack or sabotage against the tech giant. Only last night in America, 60 Minutes revealed a whistleblower story that has shown how Facebook has been manipulating the data and the information for its own benefits and citing some unusual stories. I'll get you to have a look online for the 60 Minutes story. It's not exactly what you would expect, but it does show you that the tech giant is deceptive when it serves its own purposes. In an exclusive in the National Pulse, it has been revealed that new Fauci emails prove he funded lab training for Wuhan's most deadly lab. Despite his repeat denials, we've got the paper trail linking Anthony Fauci to Wuhan's BS4 lab, says the National Pulse. The article goes on to explain that biosafety level 4 BSL4 facilities handle agents that can be aerosol transmitted and or cause severe to fatal disease in humans. The news follows yesterday's revelation that Fauci lauded Xi Jinping's awards for US researchers. Now, a new email confirms a previous National Pulse report on the relationship between the Chinese Communist Party-run institute and the Galveston National Laboratory GNL, which describes itself as constructed under grants awarded by Fauci's National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, NIAID. The National Pulse can reveal a 2017 email exchange between Fauci and GNL director James Leduc, confirming the existence of the lab's partnership with the Wuhan Institute of Virology. In brief, the email shows Fauci's funding of GNL via NIAID was doing directly towards training Chinese BSL4 staff. Leduc sent an email to Fauci on October 31st, 2017, titled China BSL4 Labs, where he reminds Fauci how they conversed regarding collaborations with the new Chinese biosafety level 4 labs. Among the labs referenced by Leduc are the Chinese Academy of Sciences, Wuhan BSL4. Leduc notices that the directors of each of the three new labs has agreed to come to Galveston. The email. Tony, in follow-up to our brief discussions at the UT meeting regarding collaborations with the new Chinese BSL4 labs, the US National Academy of Sciences will be hosting a meeting here at the GNL Tuesday 16 Jan to Thursday 18 Jan 2018 with counterparts from the Chinese Academy of Sciences, Wuhan BSL4, the Chinese Academy of Medical Sciences, Kunming BSL4, and the Chinese Academy of Agricultural Sciences, Harbin BSL4. Each of these labs has been constructed and they are about to begin operations. The directors of each of these three new labs has agreed to come to Galveston, as has George Gao, if the schedule permits, and about 6 other accomplished Chinese scientists. The GNL director continues that the goal of the meeting is to facilitate collaborations and train the Chinese researchers in practices in safety and security. The meeting will force on a balance of science and operations with the goal of building collaborations and ensuring the new labs are exposed to US best practices in safety and security. I'm wondering if you would be interested in joining us. Leduc concludes the email by adding that important leaders of China would attend the meeting. This is not a command performance, so no pressure is intended, but it would be a good opportunity for you to meet and interact on a personal and informal basis with these important leaders of China. We expect about 10 to 12 senior Chinese and a comparable number of senior US scientists from outside UTMB, plus several UTMB folks. I'll be hosting a dinner at our home on Tuesday evening to facilitate informal discussions. Let me know if you're interested and we can work to accommodate your schedule. Again, no pressure, happy to chat if you like. On the same day, Fauci receives the email. He forwards it to a contact, NIAID ODAM, while adding, "Let us discuss." The following day, Fauci informs Leduc he's unable to attend due to scheduling conflicts, adding that thanks for the note and the invitation and expressing no concern over the program. Jim, thanks for the note and the invitation. Unfortunately, the week of January 18 is all tied up for me, so I regrettably will not be able to come to Galveston. Thanks for thinking of me. Previously unearthed presentations from Texas-based lab shows its researchers training counterparts at the Wuhan Institute of Virology on how to handle the world's most dangerous pathogens. American researchers funded by Fauci, such as University of North Carolina's Dr. Ralph Baric, have visited the China-based lab as part of the program. Baric is a proponent of gain-of-function research, calling the controversial form of virus manipulation a crucial tool, and was referenced by Senator Rand Paul as a partner of the Wuhan lab's top bat coronavirus researcher, Shi Zhengli, which she carried out the risky form of research. Fauci denied any involvement via funding or personnel from his NIAID on the research. In other news, Kash Patel confirms the John Durham investigations into the origins of Russiagate are moving ahead at great speed, although he expects that the larger name, big name indictments that are coming may be delayed for another couple of months. Yes, we've all heard this for many, many months now. However, they are coming. There are real investigations now and names popping up in these circles that are dropping the names of the Fusion GPS, Glenn Simpson, along with Perkins Coie law firm, and naming some FBI agents as well. This is becoming a very, very big story, and where there is smoke, there is fire. In other interesting news, Democrat Andrew Yang has announced that he is leaving the party to become an independent. So, are people starting to leave a sinking ship? That remains to be seen. On October 11, it is expected that the vaccinated, those who've received 2 jabs, will be allowed to go back out into society almost as normal. And for 50 days, the unvaccinated will have to sit locked up in their homes until they are allowed out. This is the assumption that more people will be double jabbed by that time. So some form of vaccine-related herd immunity would have occurred to allow normal functioning of society. When you compare this to what's happening in Singapore at 82% double jabbed, it is highly unlikely that this model will be effective and work, as cases there have gone through the roof, with cases being as low as 3 per day a year ago, up until as late as only 4 months ago in Singapore. But now those cases have gone from single digits a day to hundreds a day, and in fact in the last week they've been well over 2,000 a day. So for those of us watching, we're a little bit nervous about what we're seeing in Singapore. It is a catastrophe emerging, and we wait with bated breath to see what's going to happen in New South Wales, because the thing is this, that if Perrottet is to get elected and then let everyone out on October 11 and look like a hero, it will be perfect fodder for the newly installed government to use it as an excuse to blame the unvaccinated for what is likely to be a huge rise in cases. And this is common around the world as we see it, particularly in the Singapore experience, the Gibraltar experience, and of course the Israeli experience. Many will argue that the vaccine causes a lower rate of symptoms, a lower rate of death. But what we're seeing in Singapore now is that there have been more deaths in the past week than there were in the first 15 months of COVID. So this is a very, very different set of circumstances now, and one that we need to be watching very closely. This has been a short update from World Series News to keep you all informed. Keep an eye on Fauci. Keep an eye on Durham. Keep an eye on mass big tech media as all this news comes about. The next thing to watch out for, of course, is in New South Wales and around Australia as doctors, nurses, and teachers start losing their jobs, to see what the whistleblowers emerge from those areas. Thanks for watching World Series News. We'll see you on the next show.